Hello, my name is Kelly Feili. I'm a director in our Risk Policy and Advocacy Group. Previously, I was a Business Information Security Officer at DTCC, and I've been here for 8 years now. Tausif, would you mind introducing yourself?
Of course. My name is Tausif Khan. I'm the Director of Third-Party Risk Governance and Reporting at DTCC. My team is responsible for the governance framework of our third-party risk management, as well as firm-wide awareness of critical third parties, roles and responsibilities that we have for our business owners, monitoring and oversight requirements for our high-risk third parties, as well as firm-wide reporting.
The hot topic, of course, is AI and generative AI.
Yeah.
Have we started to think about how we can incorporate AI into our third-party risk management program?
Yeah, so AI has a lot of opportunities, but AI also has a lot of challenges. So I think there's a component of AI for third-party risk where we can use AI, but also there's risks associated with AI that, when third parties are concerned. So when I think about AI, right, I think AI is there to make people's lives easier, right? But we shouldn't rely on or I should say, we should not let the AI make the decisions for us, right? We should still be the decision maker. The human should still be the decision-making party, right? So when I think about AI on how it could help our process, I think we have the most amount of benefits through AI for our due diligence, right? And the reason I say that is because going back to the questionnaires, right? We went from 40 questionnaires, to your point, 10 years ago, to where we're asking 500 questions. And actually, the SIG probably has more questions than 500, right? I haven't looked at it in a bit. But when you think about the responses that we get from the third party, right now we have actually subject matter experts on the team that are looking through each of the questions and trying to understand what the third party provided and making sure whether or not it meets our controls and it meets the frameworks that we have built against industries, right? Industry frameworks like NIST. Which is the right thing to do. Someone is looking at it, making sure that they're meeting our requirements. But I think there are tools out there that are actually doing that first level of analysis through AI or some type of artificial intelligence tool to make sure that someone doesn't have to go in and look at all the questionnaires. I was at a conference a few weeks ago, and they kind of talked about that too. Right? We have this. It was a sales pitch, obviously. So, but there are tools out there that does that. So they look at a policy and they look at all the controls that were provided in the policy, and match those controls against the NIST framework. And at the end, give you a score of like what they think the policy is meeting in terms of the framework, and then it actually lists what the AI thinks our findings or observations are, and then someone actually has to go in and validate that, right? Okay, so this is what they said as a finding. Let me look into the policy and make sure that this is accurate, right? So and you can kind of set up the AI in a way where it doesn't have to map to a specific framework. You can pick and choose. You can create your own controls, right? So again, kind of talking about making the due diligence process easier is through AI in terms of that. Now, the problem with the AI also is that, with increased, like third parties increasing their use of AI and making their lives easier, it becomes challenging for us because someone needs to actually look at that AI and make sure that, the data that it's going to run through, is that data protected, or is that going to be, posted somewhere in the public, right? The data that we're feeding in, and making sure that they meet the model requirements that we have for DTCC, and it goes through the proper escalation channels. We have an AI enablement team at DTCC that kind of does the reviews and makes sure that before anything is used for DTCC, it goes through the proper vetting process. And just, so those are, I would say, like the benefits of AI, but also the risk associated with it.
What are some exciting challenges that you guys have down the road?
Some of the exciting things that we're looking forward to is obviously, I kind of talked a little bit about AI to see where that can help us a little bit, but also thinking about how the third-party landscape is growing, right? I think Dora is going to introduce a lot of process enhancements in our team, so that's going to be an exciting challenge for a lot of the team members. We're also looking at the core service providers that the SEC came out with for the board oversight, so that's also going to expand our work. So that's something else to look forward to. But yeah, I would say like those things is everything that we do, I feel like is regulatory driven, which probably is the case for a lot of DTCC activities that we do.
Yeah. That all sounds really good. And do you have any closing remarks or any advice?
I think we're going to see the third-party landscape change a lot. Not just the regulatory expectation, but also the artificial intelligence that's being invoked across the industry, and our third parties are heavily relying on it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your insights into our third-party risk management program.
And thank you for all the questions. This was a great conversation.
Yep.